Hey there, everybody. It's not really Chewbacca. Happy April Fool's Day. It's Ben Halliburton. I'm the pastor here at Prairie View Christian Church, and just wanted to give you a quick midweek update on some things happening in the life of our church, some things for you to be aware of. You know, in all seriousness, with barbershops being closed, I might look like Chewbacca by the time we actually get back together, but I might be doing the Corona buzz cut here in a few days, so we'll see what happens. But enough with the joking, enough with the fun. Let's get into some of our weekly updates for you. Some of these you've heard before, some of these you're familiar with, some of these are kind of common knowledge at this point, but we just wanted to give you some good reminders and tell you some things that you might not have known. And of course, we encourage you to spread the word. If there are people in the church, or even if there are people outside of the church who you think could benefit from some of what we're doing during this strange time of the coronavirus, we encourage you to invite those people along as well. Obviously, the first thing that you already know about are the various resources that we're making available to our church during this time apart from each other. We have the Sunday morning resources that each week we send out that email. It becomes a little bit longer. And in a sense, that's a good thing because we're adding new resources to the docket, whether it's kids' resources from Zach, or whether it's worship resources from Mark, or whether it's a sermon or videos or prayer. We're adding things to the list, trying to serve you better. So please make sure you're getting all those things. They're all over the place. They're on various forms of social media. You can find them on the website. You can find them from emails from Nancy. So please make sure you're getting those. Please make sure you're receiving everything that you need to receive. Another thing I wanted to mention is that as the weeks have passed, our groups, I think, have gotten a little bit better at and a little more comfortable with using video chats. Personally, our small group has had a lot of success with Google Hangouts. It's a video chat service that has been really helpful to us. It's very easy to use. It's very reliable. We've done a small group study on Google Hangouts. We're doing another one tonight. I'd encourage you to look into it. Some of the groups have used Zoom. That's been obviously one of the most popular services the past few weeks. Feel free to look into that. Our elders meeting last week, we had it over FaceTime. All of the elders had iPhones, and so we were able to meet through FaceTime. And again, it's not meeting in person, but it could be a lot worse. It's definitely better than nothing. So look into ways to do that. If you have a small group, push your small group leaders and encourage each other in your small groups to take advantage of those resources and find ways to stay connected during this time. We also want to encourage you to pray. Nancy last week started sending out something very similar to what we put in our bulletin each Sunday when we're meeting together in person, just a list of prayer requests. Take a look at that. Take advantage of it. Use it. Let it guide your prayer during this time. Who knows, maybe during a time like this, maybe your prayer life can even grow and mature. So take advantage of that prayer resource. And of course, we want you to be praying for each other, praying for our church. A few of the things that pop into my mind about things to be praying about. Number one is obvious, praying for people's health. Inside our church, outside of our church, friends, family, state, nation, world. Please be praying for health in general and for the coronavirus to slow down or even to go away entirely. I'd ask you to pray for our church, just the connectedness of our church, that we can still manage to love each other and stay in touch with each other and serve each other even when we can't be in the same place or in the same room. That's something to pray for our church about. And then obviously pray for our church financially. We're very grateful for all the people who have continued giving and have been giving through this strange trial that we're in the midst of. But I'd ask you to continue doing that and pray for our church's finances, that we continue to be in good shape. Obviously, we're grateful for very generous and very responsible and very wise people who have been leading our church's finances for a long time now, and they've made good decisions and they've made good stewardship moves. And because of that, we're in a position to where a situation like this doesn't totally shipwreck us right off the bat. So yeah, we're very grateful for financial stability, but would ask you to continue praying for financial stability for our church. And then one last thing I would mention, we are getting ready to head into Easter, and this is going to be a very different kind of Easter for Prairie View Christian Church and for Christians pretty much everywhere, I think. It's going to be very strange with Palm Sunday coming up, with Easter Sunday coming up, two of kind of the premier Sundays each year in the life of the church. And yet a lot of sanctuaries are going to be empty. A lot of churches are going to be quiet. And so this is going to be a strange Easter. It's going to be a strange Palm Sunday. For me, writing a sermon, for you listening to a sermon, for us remembering Christ's death and remembering Christ's resurrection, it's not going to be normal. But the elders and I, we've tossed around a couple ideas of maybe things we could try, whether it comes to the Maundy Thursday prayer night that we traditionally have. Could we try to find a new way to do that online? That's something that I'll be putting some thought into. Maybe something on Good Friday as well. We'll kind of see where we go there. But obviously we're going to do our best to still be your church and still love you and serve you and shepherd you and spiritually care for you on Palm Sunday and Easter Sunday during this very strange time that we are in. So with that, I think that covers our midweek update for today, April 1st, 2020. Again, I hope you've had a good April Fool's Day. I hope that you have found ways to have fun and make each other laugh. And who knows, maybe the beginning of this video did that for you. That was my hope. That's the only circumstance where I would put on a Chewbacca mask for a church task. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and the coronavirus has us all going a little bit crazy. So again, happy April Fool's Day, happy April 1st. Please be in touch. Let us know how we can care for you. And stay connected, and know that you're loved and know that you're prayed for at Prairie View Christian Church this week. All right, that's it.